welcome to the heart of food. Today we have a special guest helping me out, is Chef Michael Kirchman.
Hello everyone.
And he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and his history.
My name is Michael Kirchman. I am currently the executive chef at Dallas Baptist University up in Dallas. This man here, Chef Jackson, was actually my first kitchen job. When I decided to change careers and get into cooking, after about 6 meetings, I guess, I decided, well, I must be serious, so he threw me on the line one Friday night, and the rest is kind of history. After that, I went to a restaurant in Murchison, just outside of Athens, Eagles Bluff Country Club, and then healthcare. So I've done a little bit of everything in my short time.
And he's done it well.
Back to you, Jackson.
All right. Today's menu is going to consist of a Panzanella salad. First of all, we're going to, on the Panzanella salad, is actually a stale or day-old bread salad that we cut into croutons. We sauteed in some extra virgin olive oil, and we are going to add the vegetables. It's a summertime salad, very colorful and very tasty. We're going to put all the vegetables that are cut up on our mise en place.
Tomatoes.
Thank you, Mike. 2 tomatoes.
Cucumbers.
1 cucumber, seeded but not peeled.
Yellow bell pepper.
Yellow bell peppers. Look at the color in that.
For your fresh breath there, Chef.
And my favorite, red onions. I love red onions. Can't cut them because they make me cry.
Capers.
Capers. 2 tablespoons. Thai basil.
Thai basil.
Fresh Thai basil.
I like Thai basil better than regular basil. How about you?
I do. I definitely do. And some roasted red bell peppers that were just hanging around, and I decided it needed a little bit more color. Now that we've got all that in there, give it a quick stir. The vinaigrette dressing is going to be in the description box. The next, we're going to add all the stale bread or day-old bread. I don't really like to say stale bread because it makes me think
stale.
Yeah.
I had a French guy tell somebody one time, so Americans can learn to make croutons instead of buying them. We'll never know how to.
That's right. You know, and I keep, every time I go into a restaurant, I keep telling them to leave the croutons off because I know they're not homemade. And they're making bread there at the place.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to stir all that up. Makes it really good. I've salted the croutons, so I really don't think that it's going to need a lot of salt. We're going to add this vinaigrette.
Another reason you kind of taste as you go.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I don't want to put I don't think I want to put all this in. I want to see how it macerates real quick first.
Macerate. That's a big word, Chef.
Yeah, no, I looked at that's my word of the week.
Word of the week?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So what do you say we give this a taste?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Would you like me to feed you, or you want to feed yourself?
No, I'll do it myself.
As usual, it's got Chef Jackson's name on it, so you know it's good.
Not bad. Not bad. So that is our Panzanella salad.
Beautiful, Chef. Beautiful.
All right.
Roasted red pepper pesto, and the reason I like that one is it's so versatile to me. I've done it as a crostini several times, big hit as an appetizer. I've also done it on a chicken breast, and instead of goat cheese, I did a feta on the chicken breast. And today we're going to slice up a little bit of beef. Maybe throw some blue cheese in there. What do you think about some blue cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love the protein.
I love the protein. All right. So we're going to start off, like I said, we're going to toast the almonds. And we're going to dry toast them. There's a couple different ways you can toast them. In food service, normally in the restaurant, we'll do them on a sheet pan at a time, so you're getting quite a few there. We're just going to toast them in here. No oil or anything. This is the one thing you do not walk away from. They'll turn very, very quickly on you. And kind of while we're letting those do what they're going to do, what I'll do is I'll come over here. Chef, we'll go ahead and work these red bell peppers. What do you think?
Yes, indeed.
So I roasted the red bell peppers in the oven, 500 degrees. This time it took about 12 minutes. Personally, I like to do them on the grill for the simple fact that it's just a little more color, a little more flavor.
Exactly.
This is my trick for bell peppers. Anytime you're steaming a pepper or anything like that. Alright, so here's our bell peppers. As you can see, they've been roasted off, ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this skin off. And what I have found works for that is a little napkin or a rag, actually. Okay, we're going to pull that out. Hold this kind of back over the bowl. Get some of that love out. There we go.
Not too much love out.
No, not too much love, not too much. And what you're going to like about this pesto is how easy it comes together. We're going to throw the food processor, so I'm okay with a few seeds running around. Honestly, until I got in the restaurant business, I never peeled the skins off. Even if I did poblanos or something like that, just roasting them. I say them up. You're going to eat them if you don't roast them.
Right.
And of course, this recipe calls for 2 large red bell peppers. Now, you can use the cans. I've used that many a time. But they just like that super grilled flavor, char on it. And we're going to set these right here for when we're ready to throw them all in that food processor. They'll be in order that we do the food processor in. You want to do the garlic first, get it nice and done up. Have you had this one, Chef? Have you done this one before?
I don't think I have.
We did it a few times at the hospital.
Right.
As an appetizer, small bite type thing. Hey kid. First time I did it was actually in Emergency.
That was a nice restaurant.
A little place called the Barn, because of the shape of the building, food really had nothing to do with what you'd think. We did have chicken fried steak though. We did. But neat location. That's not good enough location.
Yes. But it was a nice menu. I mean, you know, you brought a lot of your newism to Murchison, and people appreciated that.
Well, thank you, Chef.
You got a lot of traffic from Athens.
Weekend traffic from Dallas as well.
Oh yeah, exactly.
People had homes now. How their almonds looking?
Very good.
Yeah, I think I was about ready.
Okay.
So as we mise en place here, all right, so now we're going to build a fresh pasta. You guys are going to be amazed at how quick and easy fresh pasta is. So, fresh pasta. Some people make it with eggs, some just water. We're going to do kind of a traditional, you're Italian, right?
A little bit.
All right, you put some egg in that one?
Yes.
All right. Most things you read is going to talk about a 1-to-1 kind of ratio, 1 egg for 1 cup. I've never used that, and normally to me, ends up being about a 1 egg per 3/4 cup. And then you're going to keep a little bit of water on hand, just in case. It becomes a feel thing. We're going to make it by hand today. If you have a food processor with the dough hook, as soon as it starts pulling away from the sides of the bowl, it's ready to wrap and rest. You're going to need it a few times and you're going to let it rest. Okay? So, Chef, what we're going to need to do here, we're going to need to kind of scoop this over.
Okay.
This is actually kind of fun too, guys. So, there's a couple of ways you can do your pasta. Okay, we're going to just put it on the board because we're going to work it here in a little bit. And we're going to put that there. And then you're going to build a well in it. And I like to just kind of work it in. I think what I like about pasta so much is using your hands.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Anytime you use your hands and all of your senses, you know, it makes it that much more enjoyable.
One way us chefs put love, you know, that's how we love our food. Okay,
Yes.
so when we cook with our hands, we love our food with our hands. Great deal. Chef, would you drop me those? Let's start with 2 eggs.
Okay.
Okay. And like I said, because of feel, you'll just kind of know. But humidity, temperature, all those things can affect your pasta. So when I made this at the house the other day, and I think that's kind of my favorite recipe so far, Chef.
Yep.
Is it was a I used half semolina flour and half regular flour. And the regular flour is not quite as glutinous as the semolina. It had a different little texture to it.
Sure, sure. I like using semolina in my pasta anyway. There's so many uses that people don't realize about semolina. You know, a lot of pizza places use it as a leavening agent to make your pizza crust.
There you go.
In the oven.
All right, so you see how it's still kind of spreading out, not really coming together. We're gonna need to throw another egg in here, I do believe.
You got it. Give me a well.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
If I'd done that the first time, it'd been a little bit easier. We'll see that on the blooper reel.
Yeah. It's
All right, so Chef, I always put just a touch of oil in my pasta. How about you?
Oh yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this recipe that we're doing today is 2 3/4 cup of flour, 3 eggs. Chef Jackson's gonna put just what I call a 2-finger pinch of salt in here.
Okay.
Tim Ferriss, you ever read any of his books?
Yeah.
Kind of a life coach. He's also got a cooking book.
I
He talks
know
about the 2-finger pinch, the 3-finger pinch, the 4-finger pinch.
And I've got a benchmark over there too.
Yes, sir. We're gonna head that direction here.
No, ready?
After we put probably about 2 tablespoons of water. There you go. Now you're gonna put it in a disc and you're gonna wrap it in saran wrap. And I've done it both ways. I've let it relax in the refrigerator, and I've let it relax just at room temp.
How long do you let it relax?
I like to do it at least 30 minutes.
Okay, good.
Okay. So at this point, I'd say, okay, let's keep this here, and we'll do this for another day.
Yeah.
And through the Maricopa television, we have this.
Pasta that has been resting.
Pasta has been resting. You see the difference in the color?
Yes.
I actually made this obviously with a little bit of semolina.
Right, right.
Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and leave this down for our flour surface. I get nervous around this guy. He knows so much. So this is a disc. You kind of can see the texture here. It's a little bit more sticky.
Yep.
That's what we're looking for. You're going to come in here, and so to fit through your pasta machine, you're going to come here and you're just going to cut it in 4s. Chef, I believe there's a rolling pin behind us.
Uh-huh.
Really, what you're going to do is just going to kind of work this down a little bit.
A little flour.
A little flour, Chef. And you don't want to dry it too much, because then as you're running it through your machine, you can tell when it's too dry, because it'll start to actually break. Okay.
You want a nice even run through the machine.
And what I normally do in my pasta, Chef, I'll roll it kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring it back over.
Okay.
Give it another kind of roll. Try to work it into a triangle.
Sure, sure.
And what I do here is I'll do it about 2 times.
Yep.
Okay, I'll fold it over one more time. Kind of let it all work in together. Because again, you don't want to overwork the pasta.
No, you don't.
What do you think? Should we cut the fettuccine on the board, or should we go ahead and run it through that manual machine over there?
I think we ought to do one of each.
One of each. Sounds good. How long will it stay good in the refrigerator for?
About 5 days.
5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Freezer?
About 2 weeks. I don't chance it any longer than 2 weeks.
And so you'd obviously let it, it's going to relax as it's thawed. So you just let it rest for 30 minutes if you know you're going into the freezer with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So still let it rest. The only thing you're not doing at that point is cutting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hmm?
Wall decoration.
Yes, it is.
And we're going to hit this with just a little bit of flour. Not a whole lot. I mean, just a touch. Okay. Am I still in camera side, I hope?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You just have to turn it around.
Alright, so there's an adjuster on the back. You want it at the widest setting. And I'd love to give you a number, but some pasta machine makers, their high number is the widest setting, and I've seen them where it's the low number is their highest setting. So, nothing like trying to do pasta with an Italian next to you. Better get it right. So through the end, it's a little bit narrower than the other. That's always the end I start with.
And it's always wide open first time it goes through, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I did some lasagna sheets the other day, and when you're a one-man show and you're not wanting to cut the lasagna sheets, you're just going to keep folding them over.
Right, right.
A manual pasta maker can be kind of tricky at that.
Yes.
Many of those kitchen aids, I heard we talk about the dough hook earlier. Most of them you can get a pasta attachment for. The restaurant I worked at, that's what we had, and that was nice.
Those KitchenAids have, I mean, they've come a long way with different attachments on there.
We can make a pasta sheet about 6 foot long in that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And if all works well and God's looking out for us, we're going to have some fettuccine when this comes through here.
Indeed.
And if you make good enough dough, it'll kind of just slide right across there. Oh, I got my back to everybody again. Sorry, we don't have a big studio, all kinds of cooking space. But
beautiful.
Nice pasta. Now, so at this point, you flour it just a touch.
Mm-hmm.
I like to let it dry just 5, maybe 10 minutes, if that long.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of while I get everything else together. So if you're going to freeze it or something like that, which you could do, you want to just dust it a little bit of flour at that point.
Yep. And then burnt it.
So this, before the commercial way of drying pasta, this is how it was done. Chef Jackson now is going to show you how to do it the old-fashioned way. He's kind of old school like that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this last piece that we already have, trim it up a little bit, fold it like this, and I'm just going to make some ribbon cuts.
Chef, while you're doing that, I'm going to get our water.
Okay.
Bring our water into here.
Yep.
Get that set up, and then we'll be just about ready to whip that pesto out.
And there you go.
Alright, so I'm not going to dump it all in here at one time like you do your other commercial pasta. But the neat thing about this is about 3 minutes at most. 2 to 3 minutes. And, you know, you hear, hey, you throw it against the wall for 6, it's done. Well, if it comes out and it doesn't stick together, it's done. You don't really want to rinse it with water.
No, because pasta water is very good.
Pasta water is actually going to help your sauce, especially if you're doing like a marinara or cream sauce or something.
It almost adds a little, I mean, not just the flavor, but you know, it adds a little bit of thickness to it too.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, Mike.
Beautiful, Chef. All right, so I'm going to start, keep a watchful eye on our pasta. I always start with the garlic first, okay? And this is roughly, we got 3 tablespoons of garlic.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to go ahead and pulse that up just a little bit. Kind of get it started. That way you don't bite into a big fat chunk of here. Whatever. You just want to pulse the pesto enough so it comes together. You don't want to overwork it, liquefy it. Mm-hmm. All right, 2 large red bell peppers. And again, what we did there is I roast them in the oven, 500 degrees. Took about 13 minutes, yes. Personally, when I'm making it at the house, I like to do it on the grill. I just feel like you get, like I said earlier, that little better char on it. Okay. Again, put this back on here, just give it a quick pulse. So when you hear people refer to pesto, most pestos normally involve, you know, oil, pine nuts if it's a basil pesto. I've got some really good looking carrots coming up at my house, Chef. So I'm thinking a carrot top pesto for some roasted carrots coming up.
Yep.
All right. fresh parsley. By the time I chopped it down, it would have been 3 tablespoons. Okay, now we can just go ahead and put the rest of the ingredients in. Okay, we're gonna have Parmesan cheese. Most pestos have a cheese. 1/3 of a cup. And a little more just because I like cheese.
Indeed, that's a plus or minus on just about every recipe.
All right, yes sir. Toasted almonds. The recipe again kind of calls for about 3 tablespoons. I like the flavor of that stuff.
Especially when they're roasted.
The neat thing about these, I've been thinking things, you get more confident in what you're doing, you make it your own.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, the first several times I ever made this, chef, I used a little cayenne pepper.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, this isn't cayenne today, chef. I switched it up.
Uh-oh, what'd you do? Smoked
Man,
paprika?
you know I like my smoked paprika.
I knew it. I knew it.
Man, one of the reasons I went with smoked paprika loves lemon. Well, this naturally has some lemon in it. So, okay. So what I did is I zested a lemon. The recipe doesn't call for lemon zest. I like lemon zest. Okay. Calls for the juice of 2 lemons. Hold your fingers close, or use a wire, yellow wire strainer. And again, you're fixing to pulverize it. So, what would you say the juice of 2 lemons is, chef?
Juice of 2 lemons.
About 1.5
ounces.
There you go. All right. Well, that's 1 lemon.
Okay.
Come back here. We're going to add the other lemon, and I would hold off on that other half of lemon. Give it a taste. Everybody's taste is going to be different. I do like the lemon zest.
Oh, I do too.
Very flavorful. Just be careful not to get down into the white, down into the pith. Okay. All right. I think we're ready.
Yes, indeed.
So what we're going to do with this pesto, I'm going to show you a couple different uses. I mentioned earlier, I like it because of its versatility. We're going to put some on these crostinis we have here. And I brought some steak along, again, to try the blue cheese.
Yes.
Normally on the crostini, I use a goat cheese. Okay. I like that goat cheese. Okay. And now we're just going to let it come together. Now we're going to push it down to the sides. We're going to season it with a salt, a little bit of pepper. Now we're going to be just about there, chef. See the
that's a nice chunky one.
Texture of this?
Yes.
Alright, so what we're going to do now, this is at the point where we'll add oil to it.
Okay.
Okay.
To get it more pulverized.
A little more pulverized, a little better consistency. Chef will do the honors. I've got wet hands.
Okay. About a teaspoon.
Season it like a chef. There you go.
Up from above.
From the heavens? Okay.
Season from the heavens.
Salt Bay, that's his name, right? So the reason he does this, I know it looks gimmicky, but there's a reasoning behind it, chef. What is it?
So everything gets covered.
Even distribution. The higher up, more even the distribution.
Yes, indeed.
Olive oil.
Extra virgin.
Extra virgin.
Okay.
Pretty good, chef.
All right.
What's the use tool there? Okay. Alright, so I still see some chunks of parsley, so I'm going to let this go just a little bit longer. But I'm going to put the oil in it because, again, we're going to let the pasta kind of heat this sauce up so it's not going to be real thick. And we're going to top the pasta with some feta cheese here.
Okay. Feta.
Feta.
It's kind of unusual. Oh, yeah.
And this is the same process you want to use with any fresh pasta. Whether it be a marinara or a cream sauce, you always kind of want your sauce going first. And then you add your pasta. We'll turn that down a little bit. There we go. What do you think we're going to do with the rest of this? I think we're going to make some crostinis.
All right.
All right, chef, where's our pasta?
Pasta is. Dump it on in.
Dump it on in. And now we're ready for our crostinis. And like I said, very versatile. I've only done these one time with the protein. When I make my crostinis, I like to rub them with a little bit of garlic before I toast them off. Actually, as they come out. They're hot, kind of takes that garlic in. Yeah, nice colorful pesto. Okay. So now what we're going to do on these is we're going to come back and we're going to put a little dab of goat cheese, let's say on 2 of them. A little hint when you're working with goat cheese, keep it in the refrigerator as long as you can. This is already getting kind of soft. So I like that. We're going to come back over here now. We're going to take, I sliced it, you can put it in the pasta. If you're going to do that, I'd probably use either the feta or the goat.
Yep.
In this case, on our appetizer here, we're going to put a nice little piece of ribeye. And we'll come back maybe just a little bit of
Blue cheese.
blue cheese. Beef and blue cheese, don't get no better than that.
It really doesn't.
All right, man.
Okay.
Only missing one thing. I love the balsamic. Okay, we went ahead today. We've got a store-bought balsamic glaze. Really easy to make at home. Balsamic vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up, and you're good.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like balsamic. I'm putting it all over both of them, Chef.
Nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
I ain't gonna kick it out of school.
So, there is our roasted red pepper pesto and goat cheese crostini. Our roasted red pepper pesto, beef and blue cheese. And our beautiful pasta. Again, garnished with some fresh parsley, something like that. And I think we're golden.
That's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a non-stick pan, and I've done a little bit, and look in the direction box below for the recipe. The recipe is very easy, and it's set for 1 hour, and there's a couple different variations to it if you're doing savory or sweet. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in
So
there.
you have the crepe batter set for 1 hour, Chef?
Yes. And then you can take the ladle,
And you work it, baby.
and then you work it.
So
And you know the first one is not going to ever turn out.
that is absolutely correct. Never.
And you always want to have a little sheet pan. Okay, let that cook a little bit.
What's the origin of a crepe, Chef?
French. It's a French laced pancake, is what I was told when I started working for the Magic Pan in 1974.
You opened restaurants for them, did you not?
Yes, I did.
All right.
All right, so it's starting to solidify, and you can see the change of the color on the top, which means it's ready to flip. Okay. Let that cook a little bit, about 10 seconds. And like I said, always your first one is never going to turn out. You just want to get a little bit of brown, and then start setting around the edge.
And what are we having with this today, Chef?
Oh, we are doing
Chantilly lace.
Yes, indeed. I love that.
Some cream.
You know, Chantilly actually is a whipping cream
Correct.
with liquor added to it. So we're just going to put that down there like that. When it cools off, I know Mike will taste it. So.
You know I will.
That's
All right,
right.
so those of you that are used to doing pancakes, okay, you're not going to let this bubble on the back side like you would a pancake.
Right.
So,
Here we go.
You're working with some brown butter there, Chef.
Oh yeah, that's another
extra
thing.
love right there.
Thank you for reminding me, Mike.
You're
Because the
welcome.
brown butter, if you want to add some flavor to your savory crepes, brown your butter a little bit before you put it in your crepe batter.
Something magical happens. It takes on a nutty
Yes, oh yes.
nuttiness.
Yes, it does. There we're going. A little bit better.
There you go.
And I always keep a sheet pan with parchment paper on it. And then just let it go in here. Let it cool off.
And how are you going to present your crepes today, Chef? I've seen a couple different ways of folding them, rolling
No,
them.
we're going to leave them just like whole.
Okay.
And we're going to make a filling. It's almost like a bananas foster.
Okay.
It's going to have a little vermouth. It's going to have some brown sugar, fresh bananas. And that's going to basically be it.
Sounds great.
Okay. And I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. You can spin this around. Try to make it as big as you can and thin as you can. And that'll help.
Okay. It's been a while since I made one. You got a little bit lower fire. What do you think? About a minute on one side?
Yep.
Okay. 30 seconds or so on the
That's
other.
good.
That long?
Exactly.
Okay.
As soon as I flip it, I don't usually let it last more than 10 seconds.
I like to do strawberry blitzes.
Oh yes. Well, and another thing you can do is you can make, you can put cocoa in it if you want to make chocolate crepes.
Okay.
And then I like to do that with strawberries.
Right.
Okay. Put strawberries and whipped cream inside the crepe.
There's a place we went to in San Francisco. That's all they did was crepes.
Oh yeah. It's a big thing on food trucks too.
Sure.
One ladle.
There you go.
And then let it work itself all the way around.
What you got there, Chef? About a 2-ounce ladle or so?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Quarter of a cup, that's what they're telling me.
Quarter of a cup. 2 ounces at my school.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. Let that get set. And I think you get about 17 actual crepes out of this.
Oh, wow.
Minus the ones that you didn't.
I don't know what everyone else is going to eat if it only gets 17. That's right. Whatever.
And you know, you can fold these and make a nice fold on them. And you can make a crepe Suzette like that.
Correct. Crepe Suzette, you want to explain that one to everybody real quick?
That is like an orange Grand Marnier with some fresh orange segments folded like that, and then put the sauce, make the sauce a la minute. A la minute means to the minute.
So I think I see the word minute hiding in there somewhere.
It's somewhere. Yes, it is. Okay. It's either starting to get better or batter's starting to work with me. Okay. You want to try one, Mike?
Oh, I'll try one, Chef. It's been about 8 years since I made one.
Okay.
So, hey, look, I did it. I did a great job on that.
Oh, did.
Oh, that's not mine?
Just lay them out here, let them cool down. As soon as they cool down.
Oh, a little butter, Chef.
Yes, indeed. That's learning from my mistakes.
Oh. Oh, I'm going to say fire. Run that butter around. There you go. I normally try to get it right about where it starts to come up and fold in the pan. About 15 more seconds, Chef. You're not wanting me to flip it, are you?
Yes.
Man.
I know it hadn't been 8 years since you flipped in the saute pan. That's every day.
I flip out every day, Chef.
There you go.
Yeah, a little high on my flip there. Thank goodness it wasn't an egg. I think it would have busted the yolk.
Okay.
I like the color on yours a little bit better.
Okay, scoop this down and put that right there. If you want to make blintzes, cheese blintzes, this is how you would do is you make the blintz mix and fold them right in here. And you can always make some breakfast crepes by putting the eggs and bacon, sausage, whatever kind of breakfast protein you want to make. You can put them in the middle of this and fold the crepes like that.
That was for the benefit of television. There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What you'll see is the edges kind of start to cook, the middle still a little bit. Well, but it'll let you know when it's ready.
It will.
When it starts moving in the pan,
it talks
it's
to
going to be ready. How high do you want to go this time, Chef?
No.
No? Is that a negative, Ghost Rider? There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I make faces and off with it.
Perfect. And you can see that they're cool. As they cool off, I'm trying to stack them a little bit. You don't want to stack them too much. If you want to make one layer, that's fine. And then put some parchment paper in between it and continue. Like I said, depending on your mistakes, it'll make about 15 to 17 of these.
There you go. It's really thin. I don't know if we really held it up so you can see the thickness of it. It's thin. I see that. There's Chef Michael's right there.
Yes, indeed.
Got a crisp on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
10, 9, 8.
Nice color. That's what. Let's see if we get some more color on these.
Not as much as I wanted.
But the other side will be.
It can be. You
Yes.
just gotta cook it.
That's right.
I can flip it again.
That's it. I think we're going to use that one for the Chantilly crepe.
Fantastic. So how many of these have y'all filmed now? This is my first one. My second one, because it's the second episode, correct?
Right.
How many y'all got in the books?
I think we have like about 7 or 8 of them. And it's all for Hearts Found, which is a nonprofit organization, which we are hoping that we can get enough of these people liking us and an interest in us that we can get into a regular kitchen and do some really nice stuff.
So Hearts Found, Healing Through the Arts, correct?
Exactly. I'm in charge of the culinary arts department, and actually Mike is on our board of directors. And we have a couple of other people, and Sherry is our big boss, the big kahuna. And that's about it. So we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna go make some whipped cream. When we come back, we will make the dessert.
Yabba dabba do.
So we're gonna finish this day. Thank you for your help, by the way.
Always a pleasure, Chef. You know that. I'm looking forward to this for a couple weeks.
It's gonna be a banana crepe. Chantilly is the cream that we're going to use. It's fresh whipped cream. We're going to use vermouth. I like vermouth in this particular dessert. I know that sometimes the Bananas Foster down in the Cajun country, I think is usually done with rum, Planter's rum. But I just took a liking to this vermouth a long time ago.
Definitely a little different smell to it there, Chef.
So what we're going to do is we're going to we sliced up a couple of bananas. We put in some brown sugar and vermouth. Reported doesn't have to be.
Not really, half a bottle.
And we're going to go ahead and lay it in the crepe. And what you want to do is just look for a rectangle to go right there. Because this we're going to have, with all the mistakes we made on the crepes, we're going to go ahead and finish the bananas with.
What's the chef do when he makes a mistake?
He eats it.
Covers it up and say it's a new dish.
That's right. Rustic. Okay, so now we're going to put in some fresh whipped cream. And the recipe for the whipped cream is going to be in the description box below. And we're going to fold this. Now there's different ways you can do it. I like showcasing crepe, so I'm going to fold this up here and leave that like that. I want height. You remember in our presentation discussion, height is very good because it adds to the presentation of the dessert, savory, or whatever you're doing.
Chef, I can honestly say that is the biggest stuffed crepe I've ever seen.
We're going to go and we're going to do some powdered sugar.
For toasted almonds for this, Chef? Or just...
Oh, no, definitely toasted almonds.
Okay.
Just like in your dish, toasted almonds.
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go.
And we're going to not let it rain from the heavens this time. We're going to kind of just, and I'm going to just a little bit there.
Like I said, this is dessert crepe. It was it had sugar and vanilla in it, so it's a sweet as opposed to savory.
Been nice working with you, Chef.
Oh, hold it. All right, so that concludes our day. Once again, I want to thank Mike for coming in and showing some of his savory tricks, and it's been a pleasure. And
always a pleasure.
That's about it.
Thank you for giving me my first job and hanging with me all these years, Chef.
Not a problem. I see potential. I take advantage.
Remember, Hearts Found, Healing Through the Arts, both art and culinary program. If you can't find it in your time to donate right now, please give us likes on our YouTube and Facebook pages.
And share.
Share away.
Yes, indeed. And we have a donation page. So please, if you can, drop a couple pennies. And goodbye, sugar. Say goodbye, sugar.
Bye, sugar.